And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel, on a beautiful winter Friday here to kick off the three-day race weekend. It's good to be back here at Laurel today. I was at Laurel on Sunday, but I was playing Gulfstream. Good to be back focused on Laurel today. That pick six last Sunday at Gulfstream. Too tough for me. I was live going to the last leg with four deep. It didn't happen. If you had that long shot in the last leg to hit that big pick six Sunday, it paid over $15,000. The total pool got up to almost $20 million. It was kind of a historic pick six. I'm glad you jumped in.
Yeah,
I
jumped
in on a big ticket and a tough beat in the last race. But I'm glad to be back here at Laurel today.
No doubt, no doubt. We wrapped up the Laurel Park Weekly show yesterday. Thanks for having me. That was good little show there. And, we're ready. Right back at it. A new week, a fresh week.
And a fresh week. In honor of the Frenchman, Florent Giroux, winning the Pegasus last week, and we get the French dip sandwich special today up there in Tips and Tycoons in the Garden Terrace. All right, let's show you the other specials we have cooking up here today. Nice little carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6 today. A little over $2,346 is the Rainbow Pick 6 carryover today. Check that, guys. I have $2,000 for the carryover. So let's I have $2,045 for the carryover. We'll double check the carryover, but nonetheless, we do have a carryover in the Pick 6 starting race for tomorrow, the second weekend for the Cure the Winter Blues handicapping tournament every Saturday through March 3rd. Weekly prizes plus grand prize. Go to the guest services to learn more about the Cure the Winter Blues handicapping tournament. Let's get right to it. Show you the weather and track conditions today here at Laurel Park. The sun is out. We should have a perfect, fair playing fast track, I think, right?
Yeah, chilly day. A little colder than what I thought. A little breezy out here today, but the sun is shining in lovely Laurel, Maryland. And, the track's slight outside tinge to it over the weekend, I thought, Stan, for the most part. We'll see how it plays today. Let's get rocking, though, for race one, where we're going to have, I think Maynooth is going to be a pretty solid favorite when it's all said and done.
Couple nice maiden special weights to feature the Friday afternoon races 1 and races 8, the two features of the day. Maiden special weight here in the opener for straight 3-year-olds going a flat mile. Race 1's going to kick off our early pick 5. It's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5 with an industry low 12% takeout. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. Let's take a look here at the opener here. Yeah, Maynooth is going to be very tough in here going a mile. This will be the first time going long on the main track. He tried going long on a soft yielding turf course back in November. That didn't go too well. That's the only bad race he's run, really. His last couple races have been very sharp. Fired a 69 buyer last out when he finished a good second behind Global Citizen. Came with a nice rally up the inside. George Vargas Jr. stays aboard today for Cal Lynch. I think today's the day for Maynooth.
Today's Groundhog Day, right?
It is. 6 more weeks of winter.
Second. Is it going to be the same old thing for Maynooth?
Andy
I don't know.
McDowell was sensational in that movie.
Yeah.
Woo. All right,
Yeah,
Maynooth. I think today's the day, hopefully, on the stretch.
I think finally today's the day. Caught Global Citizen to Sagamore first, or Old Time Revival 2-back ran off the screen. He'll have a little bit of speed to run it with Shanghai Creek, Kingston Pike for Kenny Decker. I think we'll go ahead and set sail. But Maynooth, he's a trier, no doubt about it. He's got the hard trying Vargas. I think he can go ahead and wear this field down at the mile distance. He gets it done this afternoon.
Sharp 5 furlong workout here at Laurel Park last Saturday, the 27th, 101 flat. Almost a bullet workout. So we're both on the one Maynooth. Going to be a popular favorite here in the opener. Shanghai Trek might be the early pace setter here with Pimentel aboard, right?
Yeah, draws inside. Not a bad try at all. Pretty stayed on gamely at Parks. Second back now off a little bit of a layoff. Stretches out another furlong. I think he's a stayer. He's going to hang around here a long way. He's going to have to deal, though, with Kingston Pike and make a move into him and then see if he can kind of hold off the close. I think Platinum Pound for Kelly Rubley has improved since being gelded. This horse has proven at the distance. I think can kind of stroll along and get a piece of the action. I don't know if he's quite good enough. He doesn't show that he's fast enough as Maynooth. Early Maynooth, he's a half. He's got 4 dirt route winning siblings.
Right.
The mile he should appreciate this afternoon.
We both like the 3 Real Factor with Montanez aboard for Cal Lynch, the second runner in the race here for Cal Lynch. This horse by the Factor, stretching it back out to a mile a second. This will be the 3rd time going long on the main track. This horse hasn't been off the board in 4 starts. Looks like he's getting better and better. His start 2 starts ago ago was real good. Maybe he regressed a little bit last out, but if he can make a little more progress today, I think the 3 Real Factor could get back in good form and be right there.
It will be the higher price of the 2 Cal Lynch runners. It did have a little excuse mark, a little bit slow at Parks, and had to steady slightly mid-turn in that race last time out behind Shanghai Creek. But the 2-back try, not too bad.
The motion Colt by Speightstown on the outside, the 6 Lobcoix Palace. I'm not giving up on this horse. The debut going 3/4, a decent 4th that day in a 6-horse field. The Dam, she was really good. She won the Grade 1 Ashland going long on the synthetic. She also won long on the turf. This is her first foal, so maybe this horse will appreciate the stretch out and distance today, but might want the turf or synthetic down the road.
He actually rolled up and went by Maynooth when doing the chasing midway on the turn into the stretch, and just kind of faded the final 1/8 of a mile. I'm going to need to see a little bit more. I know the stretch out, that's asking a lot. Not a real positive angle at all in ROI, just a buck. He's 2 for 16 his Graham Motion, and 8 for 16 in the money, with maidens in their second start on the dirt going sprint to route. That ROI, just a buck.
All right, so nice maiden special weight here in the opener to kick off that early pick 5. Let's take a look here at the second race to kick off the early pick 4, the first of 3 pick 4s we offer on the afternoon. Race 2, one of my favorite races of the day, a wide open claiming 5,004 and up. A bunch of nice old salty campaigners in here. We're going a flat mile to kick off this early pick 4. We have a video spotlight of the 10-year-old Top Prospect who's made over 400,000. Here's Top Prospect's last win, January 8th here at Laurel Park against Open 7,500 company going a mile.
Yeah, we're going to highlight the beginning for Goodbye, See You Later, and we're going to pick it up a little bit after that. Goodbye, See You Later, the favorite in that race, bet down to about 6 to 5, had to steady a little bit, was in tight leaving the gate. But all things being equal around the turn, I really like the way Top Prospect kind of rated and got a little bit closer to the pace than I thought he was going to be, and he shifts to the outside and really makes a good, determined surge to get up under Caramanos. So I think beat him pretty much on the square. Goodbye, See You Later. Going to have to deal with a little bit of some other speeds in here with Sir Sidney. Greek God likes to go. Top Prospect, I didn't expect this out of him. I didn't expect this improvement. He jumped up about almost 10 points in the buyer figures. Here's the key, though. We've got a stat that kind of will solidify me staying with Top Prospect. Over the past 2 years, Mary Epler, 8 for 27. That's 30%. 14 for 27 in the money with dirt routers that ran a top fig in their most recent start. ROI hedging towards $3. Top Prospect will need to come away cleanly, but I like that improvement in tactical speed. This is the right move. He's out of conditions. Putting him in for the 5, this is the right move. But look at this field, though, Stan. What a bunch of war horses. The average age is probably 8. And look at what these horses have made. 400,000, 160, 197, 212. You got to love race horses like this. These are the kind of guys you got to find them a good home when it's done. And they have really produced for all of their owners.
If I hit the pick 6 last Sunday, I'd claim one of these or buy one of these. All 7 of them 6-digit earners. I go with the 6 Goodbye, See You Later on top. But the only thing I wonder about top Prospect, and maybe the Open 75 didn't go, or maybe Mary couldn't get the main race to go for Top Prospect. So this might be a second or third option, dropping back down to the nickel today.
Yeah.
So, but I go with the 6 Goodbye, See You Later. See if he can get back to that 77 buyer. We saw him win back in December, going 7 furlongs here. You get Edwin Gonzalez back in town. He came here last winter and did well. He's a good riding jockey, and he's already riding for Live Outfits here on this McGee runner here. The 6 Goodbye, See You Later.
You see, they've teamed up and done very well together. And Kieran, he's poised to have a big day. I think he's got 4 or 5 runners in. Every one of them is live. He would be no surprise. Goodbye, See You Later. He'll have to deal, like I say, the 4 Sir Sidney and the 7 Greek God. But I think the road, is going to go through him turning for home.
And the 2 Garib you have in there, beaten favorite the last couple starts. Rider changed today to Vargas, who's you turned me on to him last weekend, and a real live new rider around here.
No doubt, very strong, good finisher. He's got a good judge of pace up front. I think all around he's going to be a great fit here in the Maryland Jockey Column. He took a lot more play, Garib did, than I thought he would, and what he should last time out. But I'm looking for a bounce back. He was on the dead rail on the 22nd of December. Pretty much only one horse. That was ole, ole, ole for Mike Blake. Was
Blake.
the only horse that day that came up the rail to win it. Everything else was pretty much 4, 5, 6 path. Garib, I think some improvement for him this afternoon, but I'm going to stick with Top Prospect.
Turbin, he'll be right there.
Yeah.
Trujillo aboard for Lacey Gaudet. Turbin been hanging around this condition for a while. A nice horse, made almost 300,000. Yeah, nice group of claiming 5,000 runners here in the second race to kick off the early pick 4. Let's take a look here. Race 3 going 2 turns, a mile and a 16th. Maiden claiming 10,000 for straight 3-year-olds. The 3 Herman's Gold. I'm hoping that today's the day for this 3-year-old by Freedom Child for Jerry Robb. A decent third when dropping to the maiden 10 level last out. Now we're stretching out to 2 turns. This will be his first time going 2 turns, and I'm hoping he can maybe break with a little more early speed and be forwardly placed early on here with Xavier Perez aboard.
He's out of that January 13th race, which also had Lucky Kick and Good By Me in it. Speeds went 1-2 around the racetrack in that race, and speed was pretty good on the 13th. So Herman's Goal on the stretch out. Yeah, 2 turns. It might work for him. He's got a back number going long that certainly fits with these. I like Reciprocity out of a faster race. A little bit of a jam, down another notch for Kieran, going third now off the claim. I think he's forward a long way. I think he can kind of separate himself from the field around the final turn and then try to hold on from there.
All right, Diamond Jr. I'll use in the exacta. Ricardo Chappie aboard for Scott Lake. Real good effort 2 starts ago, going a mile here against Maiden 16 at Laurel, second that day, then regressed last out at that same level. Now takes another drop, see if he can get back in good form today.
Yeah.
Soft group he catches here, so he should show up here.
Yeah, he was well beaten by Asta O'Hara, that Jamie Ness runner that was just in front of Reciprocity on January the 7th. So I like Carolina here, a little price user, maybe the 2 Patriotic Quest, and also take a look at the 6 Lucky Kick. The blinkers go on for this Lacey Gaudet runner, and I thought finished up quite well in debut. Made a decent late run, stretching out. Maybe we'd like to see one more sprint, maybe a 7-furlong race under the belt before going to a mile and 16. But this isn't a super strong field. You look just for kicks to Dam. She was 4 for 24 going long.
All right, so maiden 10 there, 2 turns in the third race. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, carry over today in the Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 4. We'll take a look right after this. All right, welcome back. Let's take a look here to kick off the Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 4 today, 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. There's the carryover, a little over $2,045. Starts in race 4. I have a ticket today for the late pick 5, starting in race 5, so we'll take a look at that. But in the 5th race, but let's take a look here at the first leg of the pick 6. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 11,000 filly mares, 4 and up, wide open condition here. The 3 socially driven, in good form right now for trainer Wayne Potts. She's been beaten up against the beaten claiming level. Just won a never win 3, 11,000 last out here. That was a dual condition race, and so she won that race. She's stepping up into deeper water today, stepping up into open company. Gets Rosario Montanez aboard. Might be lone speed here in this race with 3 socially driven.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing what she's being asked to do, and she's producing. She's awfully quick. Those internals last time out were equal to Crimson Secret, which was, I think, a 16,000 boys race. So pretty sharp speed for the 3 socially driven. If there's any kind of real knock on her, the horse she beat last time out just came back around a 59, an average kind of fig last time out. I'm going to try for a little bit of a price. I think the 3 socially driven and the 5 Journey on the Move going first time for Claudio kind of hook up somewhere around the turn. I'm looking for a closer. Maybe the 1 Have Hope going second time off the claimer for Mancia, or the 4. Pat McGill's I Just Want to Win, who absolutely adores Laurel, loves the distance, 5 for 8 at this distance. I like the 2-back try when beating Have Hope in a condition 75. I don't think this is a major step up in company for her. I think this race fits. I think it's going to be a good pace scenario up front. The 4, the 1 come rally, and they're going to be your price users in this race to maybe upset the faves.
I like the 4. She's a 7-time winner here at Laurel Park. You get a nice lightweight assignment, 111 with the Bug Boy Weston Hamilton. He had a 2-win day one day last weekend. So we both like the 4. The 5 we both like here. Journey on the Move is going to show speed on the outside. First time in the Claudio barn. Joe Moore Torres will ride. I just hope this filly doesn't get hooked up early on with the 3 Socially Driven. But if that happens, that will give you a nice setup to the 4. I just want to win.
Yeah, we see these Claudio horses. They come in for owner Robert Bone. A lot of them just jump up and you run huge. Maybe this is the case. She's going to have to run a little bit quicker than what she did out in California. I know she comes out of a race where the second and third place finisher came back to win, but looking at it, they didn't beat a whole lot in their next start. Have hope. I just want to win their season. I think they run against a little bit better company overall.
All right, so nice open 11,000 there to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look at the late Pick 5 starting race 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. I have a ticket here for the late Pick 5 starting in race 5. Let's take a look here. $32 ticket for me. I'll go 4 deep here in the 5th. This is a maiden 25 going a mile. I like the 3, 6, 7, 8 in this race. The 7 Cash Exchange, my top pick here in the 5th race. Race 6, I'm going to single on my price play of the day, a 4-to-1 shot. The 5 Lucky Stiff, I think is going to get a nice trip. Georgie Vargas aboard for Kieran McGee. I like the 5 there in race 6. And then race 7, let's see, Percy's dropping down to the nickel. He's 0 for 7 here at Laurel Park, but maybe today is the day for the 5 Percy. I like the 2 Horseshoe Harbor in there a little bit as well, so 2-5 there. One of the races of the day, race 8, a big field here, maiden special weight. Let's see, we have 11 3-year-old fillies in this race. I like 4 first-time starters, the 5, 8, 9, and 10. Corrales, first-time starter. Phil Schoenthal, Linda Rice, Ron Milquette. Race 8, looking forward to that race. One of the features of the day. Then just 2 deep there in the last race. That's a maiden 10 going 2 turns. The Mike's Muscle Man and the David Jacobson horse look like the 2 best horses there in the last race. Let's take a look here. You like the late pick 4. It's a nice sequence here later on in the card today. Let's take a look at the 5th race. Yeah, Kieran McGee is going to be tough, I think, with the 7 Cash Exchange dropping down to this level. It's be the cheapest that this 3-year-old son of exchange rate has run at. He's stretching. He's going a mile again. This for the 2nd time today. Vargas stays aboard. We both like the 7 Cash Exchange here.
Yeah, I like the way this horse looked on the track last time. I went back and kept getting more and more and more on this horse and just stuck inside and just never got it going. I think this little drop's going to be good enough. Scratch the 2 Sparty, who was going to be, I think, a slight favorite in this race. I think Cash Exchange, decent little middle move down inside. It draws outside today. I think a stalk and pounce kind of trip in order for Cash Exchange.
We both like the 7 out the 3. Stunning Baby ran well. First start in the Lacey Gaudette barn, last out at this maiden 25,000 level. A 3rd that day with a wide trip. Elvis Trujillo rides today. This will be the 2nd start here for this awesome, again, 3-year-old. 2nd start in the new barn, but a decent effort last out, I thought.
Okay, try last out, and I'll use the 6. Bad Angle, Burke. I like the way this horse kind of made a decent late run against the grain of the racetrack. Last time out behind Letters from Dublin, who paid a big price for Laura Roadcap. That was a first, if I'm not mistaken. But 2 in the debut try, that was a fast race. Nico Breen, TJ. My question was, why did this horse drop right off the okay debut? Settles in. He's kind of probably shown this is his level right now. Stretching out with these maidens has always been a good move for Gary Cap.
You got the 5 Shotmaster in there, 8-1, first time gelding today for this 3-year-old by Redine for Silvio Martin. Hadn't really run a lick yet, but biggest best angle in the game today, right?
Yeah, the trainer came in the other day and ran 2nd with a horse that was 31-1. You don't know what to make of him. He runs a 53, he runs a 24 buyer. It's kind of all over the place, and he keys up against horses you don't know what to make. Polar Break, Outbreak, 2 races back, ran well against him. He came back to run 2nd in a good field. But then all of a sudden you see that he was well beaten by Diamond Jr., who's in for 8,000. I'm going to take a stab, throw him in right. With the first-time gelding angle, we'll use him in the mix. I think you'll get an okay price on him, maybe 6, 8-1.
I'll use the 8 Premier Event on the outside for Jesse Cruz. Horse ran decent in debut against Maiden 16 going short. A decent 4th that day was bet down to the 6-5 favorite in debut. Was claimed by Jesse Cruz. A big step up to the Maiden 40 last out. First-time blinkers last out. Had a trouble trip. Nothing went well back in early December. They've kind of regrouped since then. They're dropping back down to maiden 25 today. A bullet half-mile work January 22nd. Sheldon Russell gets aboard today. I think the 8 Premier Event can run a better race today on the drop.
He's a tough one to figure. Dangerous. Diving in off, taking off a Delacour when he laid it in there for 16,000 first time out. But the number, last race, it's in range of these.
All right, let's take a look at the late pick 4 here in the 6th race. We're going 5.5 furlongs here, race 6, claiming 15,000 straight 3-year-old fillies. You like the late pick 4? Let's take a look at your ticket.
We'll take a little stab, a $36 ticket. Get you started with the 3, Dancer Stroller, the 5, Lucky Stiff in race number 6. Lucky Stiff probably will come down a little bit off of that 4-1 morning line. Race 7, Spread. I think we can have a big price in race 7. We're going to go with the 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. In the 8th race, the 8 and the 9. And last race, hopefully we're alive. And then the 9th to the 1, 2, and 3. Maybe a rebound for the 1, Val Sun, who did not run a step. One of the few horses that came in for Robert Bone and has teamed up with Gonzalez. It just didn't run at all. I don't know what happened last time at $1.60 to 1. But clearly, Alpha Team is going to take all the money in there for David Jacobson.
All right, so nice affordable late pick 4 play for Keith here in race 6. Let's take a look. We have a video spotlight here. My price play of the day. I think the 5 Lucky Stiff going to get a beautiful trip today. Here's the win from January 13th here at Laurel Park against Open 11,000 Company. Here's Lucky Stiff here at Laurel Park last out.
Really relaxed nicely and made an aggressive move at the 3 ace pole, kind of up in between horses for Vargas. Like that move, kind of sliced and diced his way between horses, and still rated comfortably, handled the outside pressure. 2 other horses kind of breathing down her neck, and really didn't phase her at all, and just lets it out a little bit of a notch coming to the quarter pole. A little challenge from the inside by the 1, but now Vargas asked at the upper stretch, and she just kind of responded. The knock, 107-4 this final time, not really great comparatively to the rest of that day, but I'm going more also on the visual. I think she can handle this step up against a 3-year-old filly. She can make one more jump up in the figs, and it's going to get it done for her. I like her position into the outside. I think speed-wise, she can go right to the front or sit just off of it here for Kieran on a slight little raise.
Well, you just mentioned it. I think this horse is going to get a beautiful trip on the outside. There's a little speed to the inside. The 1 Prank Call with a little speed. The 2 Queen of Checkmate with a little early speed. Right. But Vargas and Kieran McGee, recently they're 35% together with a positive ROI. And I think they get a dream trip here with the 5 Lucky Stiff stalking on the outside. Or if they're going slow early, Vargas can go right to the front from the outside. She's a 2-time winner. Not everybody in this race a 2-time winner. A bunch of young 3-year-old fillies in this race. So a little bit of a step up today, but I think she can handle it, getting a good trip from the outside.
I think so. She's got that 58 on the page back at Parks. Don't know whether you can really believe that. But, I mean, now 3rd time in Kieran's barn. And like we talked about in the past, he does well. When he gets these fillies rolling, they kind of thrive, and they kind of move up the ladder. Like I said, she'll probably come down. We've got a scratch of the 4 sweet tweet in that race. If you can get 5 to 2 on her, 3 to 1, okay, take a shot. I think the 1 Prank Call for Farrier, I mean, obviously loves Mountaineer, but improved last time out in Mountaineer over the prior try back in October. So what do you make of her? Showed speed November the 4th on the dead rail against Drops and Bucket. Lucky Ransom maybe a little bit better field than this. Right. He kind of dangling her in front of everybody for the 15,000.
We both like the 3 in here. Dance or Stroll dropping back down to the $15,000 level today for Pat McGill. Forest Boyce stays aboard today. A decent 4th last out behind a sharp winner, Proportionality, who won by 4 that day. I think on the drop down to this level, she's 0 for 5 here at Laurel Park, but she doesn't catch the toughest group here. I think the 3 Dancer Stroll will be right there.
Yeah, I think all she's got to do is maintain form. You know, right. Maybe it's a little bit of a questionable drop. This is where she belongs. She holds the figs, 48, 45, somewhere in that range. That's what's probably going to win this race and gets the right kind of rider for us. We'll be able to rate. And I think she'll be a little bit closer when they turn for home than what she was last time out.
All right, let's turn the page here. Wide open race 7 here. A beaten nickel going 2 turns, 1 mile and a 16th, claiming 5,004 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4 lifetime. I like the 5 here. Percy, a 5-year-old's made over 100,000. Dropping in class today for trainer Michael Gorham. It's the cheapest he's run in a while. Last time he was at this level, he won. That was at Delaware last July. Since then, he's been running against better company. Last out against Open 7,500 company. He was 4th behind Top Prospect, who's in earlier today. So J.D. Costa will ride. I think dropping down to this level for Mike Gorham of the 5 Percy can be right there. 0 for 7 at Laurel Park. Is that why you didn't use him at all?
Well, I mean, it's I made him the favorite. I think he's going to be bet down to the favorite. He's dropping and goes into a condition from those open races.
Yep.
He looks like the fastest horse early, and maybe the shorter run in the first turn will kind of help him as opposed to the mile races where he can kind of shake free and relax a little bit. He went some pretty decent internals last time out before fading. I'm just looking for a price. I think this race has got a chance to really blow things up if Percy and Photogenic kind of get involved on the front end. Maybe the 3, Smart Rush, and taking a trainer I do not know a whole lot about, but we've seen this. Stranger comes in, pays a good price. You're going to get a square price on this horse. Was beaten at 30-1, well beaten at Parks last time out. But I'm thinking maybe this horse just didn't like Parks, and we see that. You look at the other races prior to that. Okay, go back to the Suffolk race on October the 1st. 4th place finisher in there, Mid-Ocean. That horse has come back after that race and won 2 straight, and I think ran a respectable number after that. And if you look, Mid-Ocean beat, you key him up. What was he in here against? He beat one of these horses. It might have been, Photogenic back in November. So keys up against the right kind. Just looking for, maybe the new face can get it done here in race number 7.
You'll get a decent price. I didn't use him. He's coming off a 2-month layoff, so he better be fit here. Going 2 turns here on a wintertime racetrack. Couple works posted up there on the Belmont training track. So a decent price there on the 3, Smart Rush. And how about the 2, Horseshoe Harbor? Just won a nickel 3 life race. Now steps up to the 4 life today. In good form right now. Should get a ground saving trip on the inside with the bug boy Luis Rodriguez, who won on him last time. He's back aboard today for Dorothy Wharton. We both like the 2 here.
Feels like yesterday we just saw this horse, right? January 27th, I should say.
Yeah, running right back.
And made a big, sustainable, wide run to get it done. You see the short comment 4 wide, ridden out, kind of toyed with can't make this up through the stretch, kept that rival at bay. I like the positioning. This horse, I think, can get within range and get good position around the first turn and just follows that race up and is right into the mix for Wasabi. Yeah, I think that horse is there. And Who Stole My Sock is my other blow-up horse to use.
On the outside.
I mean, why not? This horse laying close to some really quick internals and just kind of fading off of those. But look at the company. Sky Chaparral, Classic Wildcat, Sam Sparkle. Better horses than this group has run against. So why not at a big price? Toss this horse in.
All right, so a wide open beaten nickel going 2 turns there. Race 7. Let's take a look here at race 8. One of the features of the day, a big field here. Maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Scratch to 1 Rumor Ridge, who's your morning line 2-1 favored. The 1 Rumor Ridge is scratched from race 8. Also scratched the 12 Baby's Got Class for trainer Jose Corrales, but Corrales still with the 5. Awesome Forever in here, a 3-year-old filly by Awesome again, a homebred for Adena Springs and Stronach Stable, but I go with the Linda Rice first-time starter on top. The 9 Sugar Curl by Preakness Champion Curlin. The Dam Aladaria by Henny Hughes. She was pretty good. She won 3 times, made $150,000. She sprinting on the turf and dirt. This is her first foal. This filly's been working well up there on the Belmont training track. Lasix in debut, gets Vargas, and gets a good outside post breaking from the 9 hole here.
Yeah, the works really aren't blazing up there, but a good steady string of works. Mother, as you talked about, speed, when on either surface. I like the 8 Madison Avenue. I'm going to go with the first. Our Dark Hollow, Showenthal, always a good combination. By Quality Row, we know this guy can get runners to win early. Multiple winning sibs, a half to Everybody Loves Rudy, who we've seen run around here, 2 for 11, made $160,000. Look at that work, January 27th, 48 a bullet. Handily, 1 of 90, and I know that 27th, that track was not really fast in the morning. That's a strong move on that day.
We caught up with trainer Phil Schoenthal yesterday morning talking about his first-time starter, the 8 Madison Avenue by Quality Road. We caught up with Schoenthal talking about how she's doing coming into her debut assignment today.
She's doing pretty good. She came from Florida, about a month and a half ago, and they had her ready, and she seems like it ready. Broke out of the gate. She broke pretty sharp, and I think she's ready to run a good race.
All right, that's Corrales. We'll talk about that filly in a second. But if we have the one for Phil Schoenthal, Madison Avenue, let's cue that one up here, the 8 Madison Avenue. Here's what Schoenthal had to say.
Madison Avenue is really strong. She came in about a month ago from Carrie Fromer down in Aiken, South Carolina. And Carrie said, just get her gate card and put her in, and she's ready to roll, and she was right. I mean, this filly is fit. She's breezed 3 times, has been very impressive in the mornings. Hasn't missed a note. Big, strong, good-looking filly. We think she wants to go longer eventually. We think she's good enough to win going 3/4 against maidens, and we're hopeful she's going to run really, really well.
All right, so Schoenthal seems confident. He gets a good outside post. Fergal Lynch will ride, and that bullet workout January 27th last Saturday looks even better after hearing Schoenthal.
Yeah, and I like the fact you only see 3 works on the page, and he just said it. Kerry Fromer down in Aiken, South Carolina said, this one's ready to roll.
Yeah.
And listen, she's dealt with a lot of good horses in the past. I think might have sent a horse up to Tim Keefe a while back that won first out of the box, if I'm not mistaken. So a good judge of talent. Consigner handles a lot of young horses. Yeah, I took the bait. I take the bait on what Phil said, so I guess I get a refund if I bet the horse doesn't run well.
We both like the 8. You heard what Corrales had to say about his filly, the 5, Awesome Forever. First foal from this dam Wednesday by Medaglia d'Oro. She was pretty good. She won 3 times, made $173,000. She won on the turf and the synthetic. Again, this is her first foal. This filly with a bullet workout up there in November at the Belmont training track, and then a couple nice workouts recently here at Laurel Park. A well-bred filly here for Stronach Stable.
Yeah, second dam very quick, so yeah, it wouldn't be a surprise at all. And in a race, I think you got to spread a little bit on if you can. I know I only went 2 deep, but I would like to have 4 or 5 in here if I could.
And how about the Ron Milquette first time starter? We both like Piece of Candy by Candy Ride out of a forestry mare. Some nice works here at Laurel Park. Lasix in debut, good outside post with Pimentel.
Yeah, you look at the breeding here. This horse could be a nice one, no doubt about it. Ron, he hasn't had a lot of success thus far in Maryland, but this horse is a half the magical feeling. It was by Empire Maker, 12 for 22 lifetime, made over $500,000, all sprinting, and ran upwards of a 97 buyer figure. So she could be a good one down the line. No doubt she may be good right now.
Yeah. All right, so nice maiden special weight race 8, one of our features of the day to kick off the late double. Here we go, race 9. We're going a mile and a 16th. Maiden claiming 10,000, 4 and up, and the 3. Well, the 2 alpha team's going to be a popular favorite here, shipping down from New York for Jacobson, but I'll go with the second price runner in here, the 3, Mike's Muscle Man. We're going from the Bug Boy to Georgie Vargas Jr. today, a good second last out. Let's see if Vargas can move this horse up a little bit here. Wouldn't take too much against this group.
I like this horse on the stretch out last time. James River just a little too good at a big price. Alpha Team Jacobson, he's come down with 2 maiden claimers in the last 5 years. He's won with both of them. This is usually, take the shot. They jam him. They usually get the job done with his lower claimers, whether it's a maiden or something for the nickel or 75. Question mark horse is the 1 Val Sun. Did not run at all on the January 14th as a $1.60 to 1 shot. I gotta think he's a little bit better than that.
Well, fan club rolling in here for a Friday afternoon to kick off the race weekend. So, all right, we like the same couple horses on top, 2, 3 here in the last race. That's it. We're out of time. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. The sun's coming out. Good luck up there today.
You got it. Thank you, Stan.
Good luck.
Good luck.